Hey cuties, it's your journaling partner Rianna DeHart, and thanks for joining me today. I haven't posted an episode in like 2 or 3 months. It has felt like so long, and there have just been several things happening in life where I honestly didn't have the time or energy to make these episodes. And this is such a good creative outlet for me. I love doing this because it keeps me creative, it keeps my mind flowing, and it connects me with anyone who wants to listen, which I love so much. And it's something that I wanted to bring into the new year. So yeah, happy 2026, y'all. I know we're all out here surviving and trying to heal the world with some love. So I hope I can do a little bit of that. I stopped working my 9-to-5 at the end of January, and so now I get to focus on my projects as an actor, as a producer, and as a podcaster, which I'm really excited for. I feel really grateful that I have the opportunity to focus on these projects right now and enjoy this time doing what I love. Yeah, for real, guys, it's my first time doing producing. I'm producing my first short film, and it has been so fun and crazy. There is so much that goes into producing, and it really works with my brain. I love it. You have to stay organized, you have to stay on top of things, you have to make sure that, you follow through. You got to stay loyal to the project, right? You got to see it all the way through to the end, and that's what I love to do. So I'm going to plug it real fast because why not? I'm talking about it. But if anyone loves films, movies, independent filmmakers, this is for you. It's called The Shadow I Run From, and if you want to stay updated with how filming is going and how pre-production is going, that's what we're doing right now, pre-production, you can follow on our Instagram or TikTok at TSIRF short. So it's like, I had to think about that for a second. It's the abbreviation of The Shadow I Run From, and then the word short for short film. So yeah, I don't know, go check that out if that's what you like. Thanks. But since I've been a little MIA from this podcast, I thought today would be a great day to kind of introduce myself some more, let you know who the heck I am, and talk about new beginnings. It's the beginning of 2026. Let's get into this new year. So let's pretend like we're on Bumble BFF right now and get to know each other. Okay. So my name's Rianna. Yes, like the singer without an H though. Love Rianna so much. Yes, I did write down some things about myself because I didn't want to forget. So my favorite color is green. I had a yellow phase though. Yellow was my favorite color for 3 years in college, and I call it my anti-emo phase. A lot of people go through their emo phase, and I feel like I went through my anti-emo phase. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still super optimistic. I love everything bright and sunshiny. Sunsets are my favorite thing. It's literally the next thing on my list. But I was so latched on to just yellow. I was like, yes, I want everything super yellow and bright and lovely. I had to sit myself down and be like, Rianna, your favorite color is green. Why are we hiding this? I don't know, guys. So we're back to Number one favorite color is green. And yeah, the next thing I said is I love sunsets. Literally, I will do anything to see a sunset or a sunrise. It's just sunrises, like, you gotta get up extra early. I love a morning and enjoying my mornings, but sometimes, those sunrises are extra early. So I gotta be in the right mood for that one. The next thing I love is the beach. I just love relaxing, hearing the waves, hearing the birds and the ocean, and everyone just having a grand old time, getting to search for seashells, pretending you're mermaids, like going to a cute little beach shops, and just, it's so beautiful. And you get to see beautiful sunrises and sunsets at the beach. Are you kidding? Love it so much. On top of that, I love palm trees. It's my favorite tree. So, wow, I could just get everything. I could get the sunset, I could get the beach, and I could get the palm trees all in one place. Whew, I feel like I need to get to the beach soon. This is a crazy switch, but the next thing I wrote is snow globes. I know, I've just been ranting about how much I love all of these bright summery things, but snow globes are so precious to me. Like, I'm literally staring at my snow globe right now that I have. It's just so precious, like a cute little village inside the snow globe. Everything just looks perfect, and it's the perfect type of snow. There's not crazy winds or whatever in this snow globe. You just have beautiful falling snow, and it reminds me of like all the, cheesy Christmas movies that bring so much joy to me. So, yeah. Okay, some of my favorite music is indie, folk, and pop music. My favorite artists right now are Noah Kahan, Tate McRae, and Sabrina Carpenter. Yes, I just got Noah Kahan tickets, in case you were wondering. I'm so excited. Also, his album drops on my birthday, but not just my birthday. No. My golden birthday. Like, literally perfection. Are you kidding? I'm so excited to listen to it. Oh my god, it's a golden birthday miracle. I'm obsessed. Okay, so next, my favorite hobbies are journaling. Duh. That would be really awkward if it wasn't. Reading, which is crazy. If you listen to some of my other episodes, you probably know that I used to not like reading at all. I have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic. Like, I had such a struggle reading when I was younger. But, once you're not forced to read in school, you learn to love it. Yeah. And then a new hobby that I'm enjoying is watercoloring. I watercolored my boyfriend's dog for his family for Christmas, and it was just so sweet, and they turned out so good. So my boyfriend bought me more watercoloring supplies, and I just continue doing it. I watercolored a little painting for the two boys that I nannied so they could have a little something to remember me by. It's so wholesome. It makes me so happy. I think watercoloring is so fun because if you keep something that you paint, you get to have something original in your home. Or if you want to give it to someone, like as a gift, or just, I'm thinking about you, here's a little painting. It's just so wholesome and sweet that, they can have something personal. Okay, next thing is I love both cats and dogs. I will say, if we're being completely honest here, I think I'm still a dog person at heart if I had to choose. Like, when I think about it, I really want to adopt a pet. And every piece of me is like, I want to adopt a dog first. So, yeah, but I just love animals. They're so sweet. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you a few more things about me if you insist. So, I love traveling, and this year I am really excited. I get to travel internationally over the water. I've been to Canada. That's my only international trip that I've done before, but I get to go over the ocean this year and I'm going to Ireland, which I'm so excited for. It's my first time doing a big trip like that. So, oh my god, I can't wait. Next thing about me is I just love my people. Like my friends, my boyfriend, my family, they are my everything, and I love that I'm surrounded with so much love. So yeah, I'm in my 20s. I'm trying to figure out life and just how to be an adult. I heard that everyone is really faking it, and the older you get, the better you are at faking being an adult. So that that's the plan. But really, I don't know all the answers. I know I value empathy, I value communication and growth. This is why I want to continue this podcast. I know that I'm figuring life out. I know that I'm going to make mistakes. And I know that if I'm feeling that way, someone else is probably feeling the same way. And we're not alone. I think it's important to have someone supporting you from near or far. That support system and that accountability is what keeps us growing and how we're able to fuel ourselves to thrive. I'm really excited to dive into different topics and continue growing. This year is the first year that I'm trying a journaling ecosystem. I think I have 5 or 6 journals. That'll be a whole nother episode of me going through my journal ecosystem, explaining what that is, and how you should know if you want to do a journal ecosystem versus just keeping everything in one journal. Either is fine. It's fine to do whatever you want. That's the beauty of journaling. You get to do whatever you want with journaling. You have such freedom with this hobby. I felt like last year there were moments on my podcast where I felt like I wasn't staying true to who I am, and that's what I want to focus on this year, is being 100% myself on this podcast. I think it's great to see all the highlights of someone's life, but it's also important for people to see what we're struggling through, what random issues and problems that arise in our life, because like I said before, we're not alone. And if you feel like you want to grow and maybe there are some things in your life that you want to adjust or change or get better at, I would love to be a little accountability for you. I like to end each episode giving a prompt or an activity, something that you can try in your journal, or it doesn't even have to be in your journal. That's another thing. If you don't journal, okay, this could be just something you like to listen to, something where you approach the prompts and the activities in your own way. I think it's very flexible how you go about that. And I just give one example of how you can do it. But this time, since I'm just talking about new beginnings and who I am, that really reminded me of what I did at the beginning of this year, at 2026. So in my journal, my junk journal, I decided to make a spread where I wrote a letter to myself to say goodbye to 2025. And then I wrote another letter to myself to say hello to 2026. So let me lift up this big, thick journal. Oh my goodness. If you're watching the video, look how thick that is. Junk journals are no joke, guys. They get thick. I can barely keep it closed. So I'm going to try and hold this up. There it is. So basically, yeah, on one side, On the 2 pages, I made a fun little background with some wrapping paper scraps that I had left over from Christmas. And then I added the envelopes, one on each page. And I wrote a letter to myself, as well as keeping my bingo board that I made in 2025 so that whenever I want to come back and look at it, I can come back and see in my letter what I was like, what I was focusing on, how my year went, as well as what were the goals that I was focusing on that year. I folded up my bingo board and put it, both those things in my envelope, so I can see that versus how I shifted in the new year. Yeah, in my 2026 letter, I kind of wrote what I'm looking forward to, what I'm hoping for, and how I want to approach this year. I think it's really important to focus and reflect on each part of your life, each chapter of your life. And we go through so many chapters in life that it's easy to skip a few pages and to not realize the growth that you are making. So yeah, I just added these cute little letters to myself and made sure that I used Velcro dots on the envelopes so that I can open and close them whenever I want to, come back to them and read them whenever I want to. Yeah, and the final thing I added were a couple stickers and a picture of my current self. I'm just gonna lift that up and show it to you again. It's another great reminder to see visually who you were in that moment that you're reflecting on yourself. Well, thanks for listening in today. It's been so fun getting to jump back on this podcast, and I'm excited to make more episodes this year. If you did like this episode, I'd love for you to follow along wherever you listen. And I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube if you want to follow me at Your Journaling Partner. So yeah, I can't wait to talk to you again. Bye!